Word around the corner is that deadly virus known as the bubonic plague has just resurfaced after a California resident tested positive.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies,
I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share when internet is reacting to the fact that the ancient bubonic plague has resurfaced in California, and this is something that is very contagious. And the thing is that there have been so many victims, and someone has already been, unalive by this plague. This actually got a lot of people reacting in the plate of on the space of the social platform, and I was able to put up some of those stitches, lovelies. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and information.
Where the hell are we right now?
Right,
because yesterday in California, somebody tested positive for the bubonic plague. And if you don't know what the bubonic plague is, I think you need to look it up. The bubonic plague, most famously known as Black Death, was a devastating pandemic that swept through Europe, Asia, North Africa, starting in 1347, taking the lives of tens of millions by killing a third of Europe's population. So as you see, as regular as they're trying to make it sound, it's not regular at all. They're saying it's caused by Yersinia pestis bacterium, spread by fleas on rats and other different types of rodents. So officials are saying that your cats and dogs can also be affected by these fleas and bring those fleas into your house. They're also saying that the plague is naturally found in areas of California. So California residents, after this situation, you need to be aware. The person that got infected with this plague, they're saying he's recovering. But what if he didn't get help soon enough? Most likely, we probably have a problem on our hands. This is one of these situations where everybody needs to be aware, because this ain't right. This is not regular at all. I'm out.
This shit to the White House. I'm not even joking. And when we get it to the White House, how do we get this hoe to the Heritage Foundation, to Peter Thiel? We got to make sure JD Vance catches a hit, Elon as well. Then we need to send that shit over to Benny Boy and to Putin. I'm just asking, if we're going to have the plague that took out villages in Europe that had to be burned down because that shit was so bad, we need to box that hoe off and mail it some places. I'm just saying, how the fuck did the plague get back? It's 2025, right? It is This man said he was camping at South Lake Tahoe. Don't go there in California. And he got bit by a flea, y'all. A fucking flea bit him. And now he has the plague. The plague in 2025. At this point, aliens, if you come, they say you look like us. Come get your motherfucking people, because I can't take this shit no more.
Word around the corner is that deadly virus known as the bubonic plague has just resurfaced after a California resident tested positive for the deadly virus after camping out at Lake Tahoe and being bitten by an infected flea. Chat, and for those of y'all that's not familiar with the plague, this is one of the most fatal pandemics in human history. It literally wiped out 50% of Europe's population and claims the lives of over 25 million people in the 1300s. But back then, they was calling this the Black Death, chat. So a message for all my people in the Lake Tahoe area, especially the ones with pets. We know that fleas carry the infection. We know that fleas live on animals and other rodents. And most likely, the animal that the fleas with the infection is living on might die. So you know those fleas will go out looking for other blood sources. But before I leave, I'm gonna run down a few symptoms for y'all to make sure y'all cool, man. Coughing can contain blood. You can cough for blood. Vomiting, nausea, swollen lymph nodes, pain in the abdomen, things of that nature. So if you ain't got none of that, you good. But I'm just saying, be well, man. Stay on the lookout.
Plague is back. People are freaking out right now, and here's what we know. A California resident essentially tested positive for the bubonic plague, and right now it's pretty bad. But the real question is, how did he even get this ancient plague in the first place? And this is how. Essentially, he was camping in the South Lake Tahoe area of California, and he got bit by a flea who was carrying it. Yes, a literal flea. Gave this guy fever, nausea, and swollen lymph nodes. As of right now, it's only in California. It's not widespread yet, so that's good news. But unfortunately, it may only be a matter of time, as we all remember the monkeypox situation. But honestly, just stay out of that part of California. California has a history, as literally last year there was a whole monkeypox outbreak. Anyway, to avoid getting the current variant of the bubonic plague, scientists are urging people and pets to stay away from any rodents, which include squirrels, as apparently rodents are some of the biggest carriers of the bubonic plague. Because, you know, fleas are attracted to rodents. And some of those fleas carry, you know, the bubonic plague. But anyway, make sure you guys save, share, and add me for updates about this. And if you know anybody in California, definitely send this to them. But hey, I do cover daily trends, news, and updates, so make sure you guys add me for updates about this and more. A biblical plague is back. People are...
A person in northern Arizona has died from the plague. Northern Arizona healthcare system says that the person showed up to the Flagstaff Medical Center with symptoms and died later that day. They tested positive for Yersinia pestis, which is a bacteria that causes a plague.
And earlier in the week, the Coconino County Health Department reported a prairie dog die-off northeast of Flagstaff, which is an indicator of the disease. The plague is transmitted through infected fleas.
Well, given the history of the plague, this obviously causes people to be terrified. It can sound alarming, but the CDC says the disease is very treatable in modern times with antibiotics. Symptoms include swollen lymph nodes, skin turning black, abdominal pain, fever, and headache. It sounds miserable. Those symptoms, though, usually appear 2 to 8 days after infection.
So wasn't no motherfucking body gonna tell me that the plague is back? Like, the plague we learned about in the history books that wiped out nations is back? What? Then it's the way everybody being so calm about this shit. They gonna casually put it on the news that motherfuckers is dying from the plague. Is this not serious? Why in the fuck are we treating this so lightly? They talking about the transfer from person to person is very low. I don't give a damn. What are we talking about?
I just seen niggas get tested positive for the
plague. Whoa.
Hold on. We gotta slow this down.
A nigga tested positive for the plague.
We just had COVID, 5 years ago? I'm not ready for no fucking plague. He said he was bit by some type of flea.
What type of fucking flea?
We should be investigating that immediately. That needs to get looked into ASAP. Scientists, somebody. I would say me, but I don't even know what I'd be looking for. But we're not gonna skip past the fact that the nigga tested they tested this nigga for the plague, so they knew that there was a chance that the plague was already out there. Cause how the fuck do you think they even test a nigga for the plague? That shit that's not something you just start off with, like, hey, how you doing? You know, my stomach kinda hurt.
Oh, let's just test you for the plague.
That doesn't happen. What the fuck? Dude, I got going on out there. I'm gonna mind my business though, just in case it's above my pay grade.
Guys, we got the bubonic plague in the United States. It's in California right now. We got the first confirmed case. He got infected by an infected flea. So, bro, are we cooked, Chad? Are we cooked? Are we fried? Like, they say not to worry, but I don't know. I didn't have it in my bingo card. Or did I? We're fried.
I'm always preaching and telling y'all to keep y'all ass at home. At least you're safe at home. And if you do get something, you know where it came from. You was at home. So down there in California, at Lake Tahoe, somebody was out there and a tick bit their ass. Yes, a tick. Now, a couple of days ago, it was radioactive shrimp. A couple of weeks ago, it was bees. I don't know what the fuck is going on, y'all. But now that man has the plague. Now, let's see how we can shoot that shit to the White House. It's not funny. Y'all be safe out there. Because I'm telling you, it's so much shit going on. They bringing shit over here. I don't give a damn what nobody say. They bringing that shit over here. See, goddamn shrimp couldn't take us out, so now they want to damn bring something else. So now it's a plague over here. Y'all be safe out there. We know what it is, we see what it is, and it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm always preaching it.
So, the plague is in California. This is not clickbait. I said it. The plague is in California in 2025. A Lake Tahoe resident just tested positive for the plague. So let's set the record straight. You might have heard a tick bite. Nope. This is almost certainly from a flea, from wild rodents like chipmunks or squirrels. Plague never left. It hides in rodent flea cycles out west. We still see about 7 human cases every year in mostly western states. California had a rare case before, I think in 2015. And 2020 Tahoe. Wildlife testing found about 41 positive rodents. And that was between the years of 2021 and 2024. And then 4 more in 2025 around the Tahoe Basin. And symptoms will show as the following. 2 to 8 days after exposure, you'll see fever, headaches, weakness, and painful swollen lymph nodes. And it's treatable with antibiotics when caught early. Now you may ask, why does this happen? I'll tell you. When rodents die off, their hungry fleas look for new hosts, i.e. pets, campers, hikers. So summer camping can equal tiny wrist spikes. Still rare, but it happens. So protect your pets. Don't just be around animals or just like let animals come and sleep around you and your pets, like picking up stray animals. And use repellent on your skin, or if you are in these areas like camping, make sure you use repellent. Like DEET on the skin and permethrin on your clothing if you're going to be camping or hiking. This is not a moment to panic. This is just for awareness. And share this so folks can stop saying it was a tick bite. So,
what the heck is going on in the state of California? Because somebody tested positive for the bubonic plague. And if you're unfamiliar with what the bubonic plague is, I think you should look it up. The bubonic plague is most known for its name, the Black Death. It was a devastating plague that swept through Europe, Asia, and North Africa from 1346 to 1353. It killed 1/3 of Europe's population and devastated millions of lives. The way it's being reported and the way they're making it sound is like it's no big deal at all, but it really is. It's caused by a pestis bacteria. It is spread by fleas on rats. It's also spread by other types of rodents. So be aware if you have cats or dogs in your home, they can be affected by this as well. Just a warning, especially if you walk your dogs in certain areas where fleas are present and you have outdoor cats. They can bring these fleas into your home. Officials are saying that the person that was initially diagnosed with the bubonic plague is doing much better. But the question is, what if he didn't get help immediately? And other people out there that are unaware of what's going on. This is why you need to be very careful with this and pay close attention to yourself, especially if you love the outdoors, wooded areas, wherever there are fleas. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Baby, it's just another day in the United States of hell. Today is Thursday, and we are learning today that the plague is here, dear. The plague is here. We've had our first case of the plague in the US of A today. Yes, honey, the fucking plague. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this was JD because they're telling us today that the man who contracted the plague got it from infected fleas. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this with my full fucking chest. It's JD, honey. It's JD that brought the infected fleas to the US of A. You know, he's been on vacay over 8 times in less than 7 months. Been all over the goddamn globe, honey. And in the United States, too. He went on a few vacations here. He had to raise some water levels, dear. Yes, he had to raise water levels so he could kayak down a goddamn river with his weak, mediocre ass. And then he went down there to the Disney World. Y'all seen that shit? He running like a bitch. Anyway, I don't know where JD went the other day, but apparently he was on a dirty couch and he brought back dirty fucking fleas to the US of A, and now the plague is running amok in California today. And that's not all. That's not all that's going on here in the US of A. I just need to make you aware of this today, because that reanimated corpse, he's not going to tell you the truth. Oh no, baby. RFK Jr. is not going to let you know that children are dying across the US of A today because of goddamn measles, honey. We've lost almost 12 children. 12 children to the goddamn measles. Something we eradicated a long time ago because of that wrinkly ass fucking hoe. I swear to God. Likes to board the H train. Apparently the worm that ate his brain needed to get high that day. But either fucking way, this is all on JD, the horseman of petulance, baby. Yes, you seen what he did to the goddamn Pope. And the beast, the yeast beast from the fucking east is on its way here too. Yes, that strain of yeast that is resistant to all antifungals, antivirals, antibiotics, all of that. Y'all remember when it came here the first time, that strain of the yeast beast, and it took out all kind of people in old folks' homes. It's back, a whole new strain that was stronger than that strain. People dying of goddamn polio. What the fuck is going on? And there's a new bug somewhere over there in the Far East, honey, that ain't even made its way here today, and they don't even know what the hell it is or how to treat it. Shit! Somebody take JD out expeditiously, this petulance motherfucker. He is currently up here on my TV talking about the big, beautiful boot-licking bill, honey, in Georgia today. Hey, everybody in Georgia, JD is there, honey. JD is there. Do what you need to do. Take out the fucking horseman, boo. Now, I'm not encouraging violence, but somebody needs to put some hands on him and shine some praise his fucking way. Take the evil out of him. An exorcism today. Can we get an exorcism expeditiously of JD before he spreads the fucking plague to you and me? I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. Let me get the hell off of here. Don't leave your house today, dear. Oh, shit. The plague is here. Well.
Okay, so major networks are now reporting on a human case of the plague in Arizona, where tragically that person lost their lives. Y'all, we're talking about the bubonic plague, the same plague that wiped out 50 million plus people in the Middle Ages. And the craziest part is, this is not the first time. Allegedly, the plague has been silently circulating throughout the U.S., specifically in the Southwest, for years, and it normally resides in fleas and rodents, but now it has been jumping to humans. Now, here's the creepy part. Even though officials say it's rare, they are also expecting more and more cases every year. And even though people should not be afraid, it is interesting that you can find out about it if you go look on mainstream networks, but they're not putting out warnings or letting people know exactly what's going on. And a lot of people are concerned because if there are major insurance cuts, a lot of low-income areas that suffer from poverty could absolutely be at risk, specifically in the Southwest. Let me know if you've even heard about this. If you haven't, save this video, share this video, go look into it, come back, share your thoughts. Whatever else comes out, I'll be back with more details. Per usual, this is all alleged. I can't confirm or deny. It's still a developing story, but I implore you to do your research. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
Like, seriously, lovely. So, according to the media, a resident of California actually contacted the said plague from a lake. Probably he or she actually got in contact with an animal that had the said disease. And this said disease is actually contagious. According to history, it actually wiped away so many lives. Like, and now so many people are panicking. But the thing is that the good news is that it's something that is very controllable if it managed well, even though it's dangerous, but if it managed well. And they also say that it's treatable by antibiotics. Even though it is treatable by antibiotics, it's actually said to be dangerous. And I try as much as I can to make some research, and it says that this plug has always been there, although it is not something that is outburst. Like, it's always been there every year. Like, it has been happening, but it's just that it's as if this year's own is more severe, and that's how, or that's why people really need to be very, very careful. Then again, I keep on saying that these happenings, like these frequent happenings with plague, with okay, I stitched a video a week ago about rabbits, like rabbits having these horns, and you know,
it's said not to be contagious, but they actually tell people not to go close to this said rabbit, which some people will want to go close to the said rabbit and want to how this set of people like poke nose into what they have been asked several times not to poke nose. There is this group of people where they maybe go to the mountain or something, they see something that is absolutely not their own business, or something that they are asked not to touch, but they want to just touch it because they are curious. These are the kind of people that just keep on contacting these things, you know. Sometime last week, I stitched a video about some rabbits having this one diseases here and there that is so contagious, and people were asked to stay very far away from these rabbits. Not to get in contact with them, even if the scientists people actually said it's not harmful to a human, but then again, human are not expected to touch it. And now somebody from California is, got in him or herself, encountered with some whatsoever plague that is in a lake. And this is beginning to get a lot of people to panic. I think in this period in time, people should really be very, very aware of their surrounding, coupled with the fact that a lot has been happening lately. Things has been happening lately. Aliens are on their way to the earth, mothership on their way. Which other, you know, everything is just happening at the same time, even if it gives a little bit spaces. But I feel that there is just something going on. There is something going on. The way at which things are just happening one after the other is just an indication that people really need to be very, very aware of themselves, pray, go closer to God, avoid some certain places, avoid some certain people, because even if you're getting yourself well checked, even if you're trying to be so cautious of yourself, there are some people who you really use themselves, or maybe think that life is a joke, who don't take things serious. So you can actually vouch for yourself, but you can't vouch for the next person that you're closer to. So that is why it's very necessary you actually watch the people you get yourself closer to, or the people you get yourself entangled with, because this person that probably went to this lake got this thing, you don't know how many people that this person has got in contact with or shared something personal with, because they said that it's something that is actually contagious, right? Okay, because nobody's praying for any form of lockdown. I'm reading comment section, people are like, oh my god, we don't want to go back to a lockdown, or what are you. So instead of a lockdown, just try as much as yourself to sanitize and protect yourself. Avoid some certain places like all this lake, mountain, people that climb mountain, or people that just try as much as you can to be on the safer side, because oh my god, it's just getting scarier each and every passing day. And the thing is that we just keep hoping and praying for the best at the end of the day, because this 2025 is just too many things are just happening at the same time. And oh my goodness, it's all prayers. Somebody keep asking me in the comment section, oh, what do we need to do, like what do you want us to do? I was like, nothing. It's just to be very careful, prayerful, know the kind of people you get yourself entangled with, and that is it. Just treat your fellow human being the way at which you want to be treated. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do you go a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload. To click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload.